Let's talk about comping in Pro Tools really quick. Comping, the fastest way in Pro Tools is if you use playlists to record your takes. Playlist being the way to do multiple takes on the same track and kind of encapsulate all the takes in the track, so you're not creating a bunch of different tracks and doing the takes of the same performance on different tracks. Um, Over here on the left, right on the track information here, there's a box that is called the track view menu. Playlist is an option. You can see that this vocal track had, goodness, 8 or 9 takes. So since they were all on playlists, they're all just kind of encapsulated in this track, and it only shows up when I select playlist view. You can see there's been punching here. So what looks like they did was they started with the first take right there, and then each take they punched something in. So it looks like they punched the first line, redid the first line, and then they duplicate the playlist. It creates a new one that's a copy, and they can punch the second part. And it looks like the third and the fourth. So they did a few punches, then they duplicated it, came back, redid that, it looks like. Then duplicated it, came back, moved forward, did a whole take through that whole part, looks like, then duplicated it, and then did this whole section, and then duplicated it, and did this whole second section, then duplicated it, and did this last, the beginning of whatever this last section of the song is. So you can kind of see how the punches progressed, and in this case, you would hope that you wouldn't need to do much comping because you're just punching those lines onto the pre-existing take, and hopefully, in the moment, just creating the perfect take. But for all intents and purposes, so I can demonstrate this a little bit, we're going to pretend that I would like to comp some of these takes together. This take up here, the last one, looks like it is the final punched version. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually duplicate that again really quick because I want to save that version. So I can always go back to it, create a new playlist that's the exact copy. You can see the other one pop down here. I have a new fresh one up here. And that way this one stays untouched. So when I start comping to this one, I can always go back to this one if in the end I realize that the comp I made isn't very good. Playlists are great because watch this. If you select a clip on one of the playlists, you hit this little up arrow over here called Copy Selection Main Playlist, and plunk, pops right up onto there. And I can go through here and just, as slowly or as quickly as I can. Normally you'd be listening through this and you would be vetting it, but you can see that, if you want a line, all you do is hit that up arrow. You can also hit Option, Control, V, and it does the same thing. Pops the selection up. To get fast at this as just a little bit of repetition, if I was going through and actually listing these lines, you can use the semicolon to go move that selector down. Look how the selector is jumping from track to track, and then P to go up. So semicolon and P moves across these playlist takes. And the important thing about this is I go to the first one, and if I hit Shift S, notice how over here it's soloed. Shift S is toggling the solo on that, on the track that the cursor's on. So I can solo it and go, okay, unsolo, go down, solo the next, unsolo, go down, solo. And I can really quickly vet. And then when I like one, I say, oh, I like this one. I can do that, Control Option V. And then I can come down here, start again, solo this one, go down to the next, and I can just go through, as fast or slow as I want and vet it. And let's say I say, oh, I like this one. I'm just gonna Control Shift V, start over here. You can see I can hit tab to transients on. You can tab to the next section and go down next. And you can see how you could get really fast. You could find, ooh, I like that one. So I'm going to Shift tab over that, Command Option Shift V down, and then just tab up to the next section. Notice how, oh, I like that one. Shift tab over that. I like this chunk here, Option Shift V. And then I like this section here off this one. There's different ways to do this. I'm using tab to transient to kind of navigate. This way I don't have to use the mouse, because in the end, using these hotkeys to go through and vet and then, you know, paste up to the top is way faster than clicking through, or it can be. You just got to practice over and over. So hopefully you can see how you could go through and really quickly, pretty quickly, go through and sift through the takes, find the lines you want, pop them right up to that top main playlist. We'll have to go through and, you know, make sure the edits are smooth and everything. But it's that simple. Hopefully that makes sense. And you can try it out.